Hey everyone, alright, we are back with the vignettes for the Light Academia wedding shower that we're throwing, and I wanted to show you the second table setup. Hello there. That mirror, I don't know where I got that mirror from. It is so old, and I guess it was off the back of a dresser, but it's so cool. I like it. I think I've had it up there since Halloween. Okay, so let me show you real quick. The reason I have those two little candlesticks over, two little candlesticks over here in the corner is because that is what is behind. I had a whole set of them I've had forever. I don't know where I got them, had them forever. That's what I've got behind there. You can see the two candles sticking up behind the little picture of the mom and child or big sister, whoever it is. So that's what those are. I just wanted to show you now. I went out and this planter has just got some aloe vera in it that I repotted, and I went out and just picked a few hydrangeas. I've got a ton of hydrangeas. And I actually just stuck them down in the dirt. I'm going to see how long they stay like that, because if they stay for several hours without starting to wilt, I'll probably just do that when we have the shower, because I've used a bunch of these planters and done some things, and they don't look that great, honestly, because I just transplanted them and tore them apart, and they're not that big. Anyway, so those hydrangeas, they aren't in water, they're just stuck in there, and I've got a ton of little old vintage vases we could use, but that's what I'm doing with this one. Okay, so, I wanted to show you guys too, and I can show you in a video if you want. Leave me a comment if you want me to. See that ball that looks like book page paper? Well, that's what it is. I just took a foam ball from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut them in little circles, about 3-inch circles, and then just glued them all on there. Okay, and I can show you guys how to do that if you want me to. And everything else, I think, is come from the thrift store. The urn that the hydrangeas are in came from the thrift store. Now these, I just got these little, what do you call them? The little cream colored thing. There were 2 of these, and 2 of a different kind, like that little pillar, and so those are perfect. I feel like those are the perfect aesthetic for that kind of library feel. Again, I just had a little dish. I put a candle in, put some marbles around down there in the bottom, put a doily on the table. I've got a gazillion. This set of books is just one of some sets we have. I'm not even sure, I can't remember right now what they're of. I think American history or something like that, American presidents. But Light Academia, I think, definitely lends to, like, if you have a series of books of any kind, because, we're thinking library-ish here. And the light, we're just bringing in some light instead of it all being dark and dark wood and dark everything. This is a lighter, brighter, happier type of academia. The plate is just a charger that I got. It's like a faux leather charger I got. I got like 6 of them, I think, at Hobby Lobby last year. The cute little photo is vintage for sure. Thrifted. The apple, thrifted. There are some red marbles I scattered around because, like I said, I got tons of marbles. And let's see. My daughter-in-law to be had gotten a whole thing actually 2 trash bags of the eucalyptus, the greenery. So yeah, I just cut a piece of that and used it. Now underneath the charger is just a glass dish with a pretty big base on it, or like a pretty big top. It's like a bowl of some sort. You can see if you look, and I just stuck a bunch of marbles in there to make it stronger and steadier. But see the charger, I got that set of candles, just a little votive. It was a thing at the thrift store that, you know, probably somebody had for a wedding or something, and the little dishes. So I think that is it for this one. Those little wooden spheres there sitting on the plate, just in thrift store stuff. Isn't that picture adorable though? So yeah, I think this makes a nice vignette, and I'm just going to, like I did the others, I'm going to put this stuff in a box minus the plant, and see what we think, see how it holds up, and go on to the next one. Okay? See you in a little bit. Okay guys, here we are with another vignette. I am loving these. All the stuff is so cute. You just gotta kind of put it together, just a bunch of old junk. Okay, so we have got another set of books. You can't really see, but there's a stack of books behind the picture of the birds, and they're all of the same series. So like I said, if you've got any series, any old encyclopedias, stuff like that, even books that look alike, you know, that have the same basic cover, you know, like all reddish colors or green or whatever, you could do them like that. But these are really weathered. You can see how weathered the, you know, the spines of the books are. And let's just zoom in here and I'll show you what all we got. So we have that set of books. Again, I don't remember what they are, but they're all in a series. There's like 8 of them. I think, I'm not sure, I think these little dishes that the little candle's sitting on, and the one behind it, I think they might be like butter, for pats of butter. They've got little nature scenes on them. Adorable. Just an old doily. This time I didn't use a crocheted one. I just used like a vintage one that's, you know, fabric that's got embroidery on it. The clock, something I picked up at the thrift store, and it's just got, I'm sitting it on a little stand. This was, it's sitting on a little book of postcards, Autobahn postcards. Now the photo of the birds is just an old vintage frame I had, but then it was a graphics fairy. But it's super duper vintagey looking and really goes well. And then another plant, so you can see the books peeking out there, but another one of these pots that I had gotten at the thrift store. And that was just a piece of a spider plant, or they're called different things. But I just transplanted it in there. And then the little tree back there, I got those on a clearance somewhere, and there's 2 of them. So I thought that blended in perfectly. The little bust I got at Hobby Lobby for a couple of bucks. And the stand it's on is Dollar Tree. So if you see those, pick up those little stands at Dollar Tree, because they're great for a lot of stuff. Again, it's just one of those faux leather plates sitting on, that is an actual cake stand that I thrifted. And I think that is it for this one. I am just loving all of these. They're so pretty, and I mean, they definitely, obviously, the books make you think of a library, but So does that little bust. And again, I just took a piece of that eucalyptus that she got 2 bags of at the, a yard sale, and cut it in half and just use part of it. I'm going to take both those bags and just throw them in the, probably in the shower or the bathtub, and just scrub them good. I haven't done that yet, but I say plenty of times, hot soapy water can do a lot for your stuff if you, pick it up. I just didn't have time to do that with these yet. Anyway, okay, so there is our other vignette, and I'm going to, like I said, all but the plant, I'm going to stick this in its own box, so when I go out the day of the shower, I can just set it up on the table and won't have to fuss around, and that'll be that. I might tweak it a little bit, but in general, this is what I'm going to do. And let me see, that is 1, 2, I think the third one, because I did the one of the globe. I think that was last video. So, alright, stay tuned. Okay guys, how precious is this? The little piano that you see there in the front is a music box, and I got it at a thrift store. I remember I paid like $10 for it because I thought it was so sweet. Ooh, isn't that cute? Okay, so again, this is just, it's a little cake stand. It's the stand, and the plate's about, I'd say 6-7 inches around. So again, I just put one of those faux leather chargers on there, and just some, it's all junk, guys. We have this set of books. Again, doesn't matter what they are. I just stacked them up, and so that is my, I've got a few themes running through the whole thing, so that it's not like just some randomness, at each table. But, so the themes obviously are the books, the academia, and I'm going to do the eucalyptus that you can see I've weaved through on each table, and then the marbles. So I feel like we've got, 3 things tying them together. This one is just a bunch of green marbles. I stuck them around the charger there, a few in the front, just on the doily, just another doily I had. There in the back is, this plate, got it at the thrift store. I've had it a while. It's just a nice, it's got like a fern imprint on it, so that's a really nice plate for many occasions. The little box that you see the candle sitting on is actually dominoes, but you can use any little boxes you have, and stack and help decorate your things with that. What the candle's sitting in is a leaf. There were like 3 in a baggie at the thrift store that I got. There's another one of those ceramic trees. That's the second of the 2 I got at, I think at Hobby Lobby. It's been a long time ago. Another one of those dictionary page, well, actually I think it was just a really old book, balls that I made. And then this, I think I showed you in the last video, the tail end of it, the one where we did the globe. I love her. Look at her. She is so great. She is a mannequin head that I got at the thrift store, just like one of the foam heads. The plant I had, I just stuck it in. It was one of those fairy plants I got for the fairy garden. If you want to see that, we have a video on how to make how we made our fairy garden. But I just took it out of the pot it was in and put it in there because I thought that was perfect, kind of like hair coming down. Now with her, I did, let me see, what did I do? I sprayed it, I think I sprayed it black to begin with black spray paint. Then I think I used that stone. I used that stone spray paint. I don't know if it's Rust-Oleum. I got it at Walmart. Then I sprayed a little bit of cream colored on it and then just shook cinnamon all over it to make it look rusted. And I think she's so pretty. And then I just set her on that little wood piece. You can see it was just a random piece I had. I just kind of doctored it up with some paint and some cinnamon also. So I think that is it. And we are getting this together, guys. I'm so excited. I've got a couple of weeks before the shower, but you know, I just want to get this stuff done so that I didn't have to worry about it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of getting it together. I'm putting each one in a box, as I told you. And so here is this vignette. I'm really happy with it. It's just a bunch of miscellaneous junk that I got together, and I think that is really going to be precious. Light Academia. We have like the bust, which, you know, is a planter, is really foam, but it's like a bust. And we have the books, and we have the marbles. So, yeah, plants in each one of them too. So, all right, on to the next. Okay, guys, so we're continuing on here. I pulled the hydrangeas out of the pot they were in the dirt. They are starting to wilt, but it has been probably a good 3 hours, so I don't know. I probably got some water picks, you know, like that you put the little, like if you do something you want to stay fresh, you put a little water in it and it's like a little pick. Or I could buy some. I'm going to look into it just because, you know, I want them to stay fresh, and I think it adds to it definitely. So, anyway, that being said, okay. So, I used the other couple of candle holders, those little gold ones that I had gotten last year. I think I have 4 all together, and there are some big ones also. I don't think I'll use them for this. And everything else, well, let's just go through it real quick. The photo is another graphics fairy, and it doesn't have a glass or anything in it. That is an old frame. Who knows where I picked it up? It's hard telling. Anyway, but it's super duper pretty. She's got some gorgeous stuff, and it's all free over there. You know, I'm not selling this or anything, so, you know, I think we're okay there. Another one of those paper balls that, you know, we're doing the literary type setting here, so I really like that little addition. This cute little typewriter, my daughter-in-law to be actually gave it to me, so she'll probably like seeing it in one of our vignettes for her shower. And then just some marbles, and another one of those faux leather plates sitting on a cake stand. You know, I've just collected cake stands. I've actually got one that was my great-grandmother's. But anyway, so, but you could use a lot of stuff to set a plate on. You might have to glue it. I didn't really want to do that with these, so it's just sitting on there, but it's plenty, you know, it's plenty secure. Just another doily underneath. I have a gazillion. That cute little pot has a aloe vera in it. I transplanted, but I put the hydrangeas in there. Got it at the thrift store. That little pillar in the back, I've had that forever. I maybe Hobby Lobby, I don't know. And then that cute little bust is a Hobby Lobby thing. It was you know, I got at the same time I got that other one. I think it's either like maybe Bach, somebody like this. I'm not sure who this girl is, but I just have those two in the way of the little bust. But you know, they add to it, add to that theme. These books, there's some behind the picture you can't see, but then you know, if they're just a set of green ones, they're all the same. But like I said, you can just you know, use books that are the same color, have the same color. I just took the jackets off all these and just saved the jackets in a box, you know, just to have the nice book showing, because some of the jackets are pretty tattered to the book. So yeah, so there we go, another vignette. And I'm going to keep on going, and I'll show you another one. Okay guys, I'm back. Oh my goodness, I have been at this all day long. Okay, so this is the 6th one in this video, but if you watch the video previous to this, we did one in that, so I think we might have 7 done. We might only have 6 done. I'll check. Anyway, okay, so here we are. More books. I did use a couple of different sized books with this, but like I said, in the same color family, because I didn't feel like I had enough of that series. So I'll just take you through it real quick. Let me see. We've got another one of those like filigree things that I got at the thrift store. There were 2 of these up here on your left-hand screen. I think it'd be your left. And 2 round ones. I think we've used a round one already. Anyway, old candlestick. I had painted gold. You know, you can paint them any color you want. And that's sitting on the books. More of the eucalyptus. That's the last down there with that little votive candle. That's that last little leaf dish that I got in that baggie. Here is just a tall little old frame I've had forever that I thrifted, and oh, here, there's just a print in there, a flower print. In there I got off the Graphics Berry. Down here is our cute little puppy in the shoe that is vintage with a succulent. There's another one of those book page balls that I made just of a styrofoam, you know, ball underneath, and glued all those little circles on. Just took and put it on the ends of a pencil eraser and put some glue on the outside and stuck it down. There's those books. Oh, look, on the charger, on that faux leather charger, underneath it is some sort of old, probably had a dish of some sort. So yeah, so see, like I said, if it's got a nice, strong enough base, then you can put, you know, sit those chargers on something and they're good and solid. So that's what that is. It's just an old silver thing. You can't see much of it, you know, silver plated. On the charger, I had gotten this cute little top. It is a globe and some books and an apple. And I just brought it home and washed it, and then I put it on a little wooden base I had, and then stuck it on a candlestick, and that's that. No, it's not a candlestick. It's one of those, well, little candlesticks, those little creamy colored ones I showed you earlier from the Dollar Tree. I just painted it gold. I stuck all the things together, and the couple of bottom things, and then painted them a gold. So then it looks, you know, like it's always been a part of each other. This is just a little old tin, that green in front, a little wooden box in the back I picked up at the thrift store. These two little cups, I'm not sure what they are, if they're for a shot, or I really honestly don't know, but they're kind of brown tinted, and I just put some green marbles in. You can see the green marbles. They're on the charger, a doily, and then another one of those plants that I got at the pot, the planter I got at the thrift store. I got one hydrangea holding strong, and that is just sitting on one of those little things from those little candle holders from Dollar Tree. Just one of those creamy colored candle holders, and it's plenty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. And then these are just more of that set of brass candlesticks there in the corner that I have the set of. And then those candles are from the Dollar Tree. I think I got them around Christmas time. One of them's been burnt a little bit, but you know, I just set them there, doily on the bottom, and I think that this looks cute too. I've got to either do one more or maybe two more. So I'm going to keep it up until I'm done, guys. So I will be back with another vignette for our tables. I'm planning on doing, setting up for 8 tables. Probably won't need that many, but you know, better safe than sorry, right? Okay. Okay, guys, here's number 7. All right, what can we say about this? In the back of the picture is a set of encyclopedias, and the whole thing's in both sets. They're big. You can kind of see the top poking out a little bit. Then the picture is, again, when I got off the graphics ferry, and then I put it on, I got a canvas from the Dollar Tree. I took I think it's an 8x10. Yeah. I took a piece of 12x12 scrap paper, which is the green, and I folded it around and I glued it to the canvas. It's the canvas that's got the wood. You know, it's not just flat. It's got like a little bit of it's like a picture, a canvas picture. So I did that. So I glued that down onto the canvas, onto the back. Then I glued the picture on. And then I had this piece of trim that was off of an old, doily, you know, like a long cloth one. And I just had ripped it off of that doily, off of that like little table runner. And so I just glued it on there. I felt like it needed a border of some sort, you know, like something dividing the green from the picture. Anyway, so that's that. This little planter with the little pink flower on it was my mom's. Super old. There's just a little succulent in there. This little leaf dish, one I picked up at the thrift store. I just stuck some marbles and a candle down in there. Oh, you can't see the little, down there below the picture are some little glass bottles. And I mimicked that. Here is one of the bigger candle holders I was telling you about. We used the 4 little ones in different vignettes. The candle inside the green one, I got a whole bag of candles for like $5 at the thrift store. So, you know, look when you're in there if you are wanting candles, because sometimes they bag them up and they're for a really good price. I got like 5 pillar candles for like $5. So just a little bit more of my bottle collection. There is a big marble. Can you see that? And I have some big ones. Like I said, Mom had quite the marble collection. Um, the underneath the charger, the little faux leather charger, is a glass, um, like a glass dish. I just put some marbles in it to make it heavy, and then I put that charger on top. So then these are part of a set of encyclopedias. I don't know where the rest are, but that's what I could find. A little old clock, that was Mom's. Another one of those filigrees on a little like cupcake stand. I think I got at Hobby Lobby. And then the plant is a little jade plant underneath there, but I just stuck that last remaining stem in there that's still being pretty hardy. And it's been quite a few hours, so yeah. I think this one turned out nice too. Oh, and there are some, I think there's some marbles, but there's also in that green leaf dish around the candle are also some bottles. Okay, and then of course the doily, a little doily here, a little doily there. Just kind of pull it all together. But again, guys, I told you I have junk galore. So there we go. This is number 7. So we have one more to go. And like I said, I'm not sure I'll need them all. We'll set up 8 tables. But you know, good to have them. So, and I do have one or more of those filigrees, I think. So, all right, on to the 8th one. All right, guys, we did it! Here's the last vignette that I wanted to do for the tables. And then I have other stuff I'm thinking about doing that I will show you on a different video, because this one's going to be plenty long. But let's just quick go through here, and I'll show you what I did and what we got. I did have to mix match some books, so that's fine. In the back, where you can see the flower, is a nice little pot that's got some succulents in it, so I'll leave that. And there's a stack of books. There's the rest of those National Geographics and a couple others in a creamy colored jacket, so that's good. And then over to the right there, kind of behind the hot air balloon, there's a couple that were a set. So let's see, we have that going on. We have the little photo, the little picture's not a photo, from the graphics fairy again. I just put it in an old frame I had, set it on a little easel. That's super cute. And then I had a glass dish, a definitely vintage glass dish. I put some marbles in, and the charger is one that looks like faux wood because I ran out of the faux leather ones, but you can't really tell. A doily. Here, let me get up close. The little girl I got at the thrift store. She's reading a book. She's sitting on a stand from the Dollar Tree. I just picked up a bunch when I was in there because I knew I'd need them, and they were there, so I just picked them up. The little oil lamp was my mom's. I don't think I'll probably put oil in it, although I could, but we have a couple of candles, so I think we're all right. The little puppy was my mom's, so he's cute, and he's just sitting in kind of a bed of blue marbles. There's a little book page ball underneath, and a little candle that I've had forever, like a little candle holder with a votive in it. Ooh, sorry. A tiny little vase that was my mom's, antique or vintage. Look at the adorable marble. It's big. And I've got a handful of those. Just some marbles strewn around. There is just a little box I picked up at the thrift store for trinkets and treasures. This hot air balloon I got when we went to Disney World back in February, I think it was. The whole family went. It's a coin bank, but I thought it was so stinking cute. So, you know, it's not vintage, but we can incorporate it. It's really adorable. And then, you know, just a few doilies, the greenery, and like I said, I have plenty of that. And then that last candle holder, I think that was the last one in that set. So that's nice. So I feel like although, you know, things are different, I think we have enough common things in you know, together that it's not going to seem like, oh, this is a really weird mismatch of stuff. She really likes, the bride-to-be really likes the eclectic style, so does Alex, so they're the main ones I'm concerned about, and it's their shower, so I think they'll like it. But we did, like I said, we've got the books in common, we've got the plants in common, we've got the marbles in common, the chargers, candles, oh, the book page balls. I think they're in most of them. And I'm going to make some more of those, so I might, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, it's super easy. You know, it's a little time consuming, so, you know, just get your stuff ready and sit down and do it. And I think that is it. So we've got this going on, so I feel really good about the tables, and we can move on to some other things that I will get to you guys in the next video, okay? So this was the Light Academia, kind of my take on it with a bunch of junk, basically. So, okay, you know, we did what we could do. So, all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon with another video, and yeah, I'll see you then. Take care.